It's alive.
Okay, so I've been doing some wiring. Original, oh god. Original Merc keys, right? Key switch. Go, thank you. Clunk. Original push button. Now, I've already tested this with the fuel bottle like I did yesterday with the maniacal laughter. When you squirt fuel in it, everything's good. So, the ignition and start circuit is done. So, yeah. Now I just need to make a fuel system and hook up the cooling system and the transmission cooler and an exhaust and a drive shaft and brakes, and then it moves, and then everything else. Oh, and the wifey's home. Okay, we're excited. It still doesn't have an alternator or a mass airflow sensor or a cooling system, but it's got a fuel system, sort of. It goes into a bucket. I don't have enough line to make a return line yet, but check this out. It's alive. So my day has been working on this here pig. Well, the engine is wired. It has a fuel system. It has a yoke in the back of the transmission, so I could fill the transmission. And I did make sure it was in park. This motor was in a truck that got wrecked, which is why it has a crushed valve cover and the alternator is sitting on top of it and it's shattered. But it's got the mass airflow sensor wedged in front of it for right now, just so I could, test, right? So, if we hop into the old cockpit and we give her one of them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Still got a lot to do. Like, this throttle pedal it's barely even on the floor, right? Like, there's some Flintstoneage going on. So there's still a lot to do. Like, it doesn't have a drive shaft or brakes or throttle there's stuff to do, but it runs. Progress so far. The engine is wired, except for O2 sensors. Those will come later. It has a fuel system. I have the mass airflow sensor wedged in front of it, so it'll read for testing purposes. And it does the thing. It does the thing. So remember how I said this valve cover got crushed in accident? Yep, yeah, it smacked it pretty good. So this one come out of a Taurus. So the I guess tower for the oil fill is a little different, and the pattern, I guess decorativeness is a little different, but I don't really care because these are like $200 new, and that was $30 on eBay. So that's perfect. Now I know the rain is doing all the heavy lifting right now, but man, when it's wet, does that paint look fucking shiny? Looks terrible in a dry, and I mean, you can literally see She's tired, boss, but man, from 10 feet away, shoo! Alright, buddy. So, status report. I still got holes in the floor. Like a lot of holes in the floor. But, I got a go pedal that works. I'll be doing the cableage, right? And we got a chieftain cable that work. We got the controls under control, if'ns you know what I mean. So we gotta bracketate it. This is not pretty, right? This right here is not pretty. It's okay for now. I need to find like a nylon bushing that can go underneath this to take up a little bit more space, or I just need to remake this out of a little bit thicker plate. But for right now, this works fine. And I do want to remake this at some point when I have more money for nicer materials, but it works. So we got a shift linkage. We got her on the factory column. It's just ugly as sin, but that's okay. That's fine. I tried to use the factory little retention tab doohickey here, and I drilled a little hole in it so it would, and if I had thicker metal, it would probably work fine. But we got the old structural zip tie just in case, and then we got the mechanics wire bushing underneath. And for testing purposes, it's fine. It works. It goes into all the gears. I got the Prindle. That's important. I didn't light the dashboard on fire, welding on top of 1,000-year-old insulation. And this, again, ain't pretty. I still got to go back and hit it with a flap disc and take the corners off. But I ended up just using the factory pivot bolt, which is like this really small threaded. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, it's got real teeny tiny threads on it. It's like M8 threads, but the bolt is like 1/2 inch diameter because it's like the pivot rod, So I wanted to keep that so that way it would pivot correctly and it wouldn't bind. So I just welded a nut in the plate on that side. So, she does the thing. And it's just uglier than tin. But at this point, I don't fucking care. I just want it to move. And it does the thing. That is all I care about at this point. Okay, so new update. That is the second exhaust manifold. And I just got the broken studs torched out of that. This is the first one that I did. That one's already back on the car and good to go. Got new bolts, just doing through bolts, not welding them in. Got bolts in that one. Didn't break a single one of the original studs. All 12 of them came out. I don't know by what fucking higher power that happened, but didn't break any of them off. So, yeah, my goal today was just to get the throttle and the transmission hooked up. So this is just gravy. I thought those were going to take a lot longer than they did. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep plugging away and see what I can come up with. I'm hoping to at least get the Y pipe put in. I think I'm just going to do a single exhaust just for the sake of it's being easy. Yeah, so that's been my day so far, between dealing with insurance stuff. So, yeah, gotta get, I've been waiting for that to cool down. I gotta get that put back in, and then I can see if I can fit the Y pipe up in there. And then maybe I'll try to make a transmission mount, because I forgot I still had to do that. But the transmission's currently just laying on the cross member, so I gotta make a mount. I have made an absolute fucking mess out here today. I'm just still really excited that I was able to use the stock column shifter, and I didn't have to make a shifter, like mount it off the dash or off the floor or something. That's kind of just a bonus for me, honestly. Like, and the little number doohickey even lines up. Like, there's park, there's reverse, neutral, and drive. Like, it actually lines up really nice. So we ain't mad at that. Okay, newest update. I found an elbow and a couple of connectors in the shed for that, so it's not shoved straight into the radiator. I'll figure out something more elegant at some point, but you know, at least it's not shoved in the radiator. I have the exhaust like 80% done. It actually sounds pretty good. It's got stacked 24-inch glass packs, or 26-inch, or however the fuck how long they are. I'll show you. I say it's almost done because I still gotta figure out how I'm going to connect all of this, because right now I literally just have a piece of pipe wedged in the middle of it, which is fine, I guess, but it runs through one of the actually two of the cross members. So I gotta figure out how to because I can't weld it in place because it's so close to the body and the frame, but I also can't take it out and weld it and install it because it's got a big oval flange on the front and it runs through the cross member. So I don't know. Well, I still gotta figure that out. Okay, now the exhaust is done. I put a new tip on it because the tip that was on it was fucking ugly. And I kind of wanted to do the sideways tip, like, you know, kick it out the side instead of out the back. So yeah, we got the old tip. Gotta let that jersey wall on the right side of the car know what's up. So the free alternator that I found in my shed works fucking mint. And we got a belt. And the old adjustalizer works great. Still ain't even hot yet.